1922 മഹത്തായ വിചാരണയിൽ ഗാന്ധിജി ചെയ്ത പ്രസ്താവന. I wanted to avoid violence. I want to avoid violence. Non-violence is the first article of my faith. It is also the last article of my creed. But I had to make my choice. I had either to submit to a system which I consider had done an irreparable harm to my country, or incur the risk of the mad fury of my people bursting forth. When they understood the truth from my lips, I know that my people have sometimes gone mad. I'm deeply sorry for it, and I am therefore here to submit not to a light penalty but to the highest penalty. I do not ask for mercy. I do not plead any extenuating act. I am here therefore to invite and to cheerfully submit to the highest penalty that can be inflicted upon me for what in the law is a deliberate crime and what appears to me to be the highest duty of a citizen. The only course open to you, the judge, is as I'm just going to say in my statement, either to rescind your past or inflict on me the severest penalty if you believe that the system and law you're assisting to administer are good for the people. I came reluctantly to the conclusion that the British connection had made India more helpless than she ever was before, politically and economically. At this hour, India has no power of resistance against any aggressor if she wanted to engage in an armed conflict with him. So much is this the case that some of our past men consider that India must take generations before she can achieve the dominant status. She has become so poor that she has little power of resisting famines. Before the British advent, India spun and wove in her millions of cottages just the supplement she needed for adding to her meager agricultural resources. This cottage industry is so vital for India's existence has been run by incredibly heartless and inhuman process as described by English witnesses. Little do town tell us now how the semi-starved masses of India are slowly sinking to lifelessness. Little do they know that their miserable comfort represents the progress they get for the work they do for the foreign exploiter, that the profits and the progress are sucked from the masses. Little do they realize that the government established by law in British India is carried on for this exploitation of the masses. No sophistry, no chivalry in figures can explain away the evidence that the skeletons in many villages present to the naked eye. I have no doubt whatsoever that both England and the town tellers of India will have to answer, if there is a God above, for this crime against humanity, which is perhaps an equally in history. In fact, I believe that I have rendered a service to India and England by showing in non-cooperation the way out of the natural state in which both are living. In my humble opinion, non-cooperation with evil is as much a duty as it is cooperation with God. But in the past, non-cooperation has been deliberately expressing violence to the evil talk. I am endeavoring to show to my countrymen that violent non-cooperation only multiplies evil, and that as evil can only be sustained by violence. Withdrawal of support of evil requires complete abstention from violence. Non-violence implies voluntary submission to the penalty for non-cooperation with evil.